Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I am Peter, that is Connor, and we are going to talk about Timeless, Season 1, Episode 14. It's called The Lost Generation. Full spoilers for the episode, as always. So, we got red shirt version of Wyatt, who went down pretty quickly.
Yep, that's accurate.
Yep, he came, he went, blink, and you miss him. Honestly, the plot in the past, the time travel plot in this one is almost small potatoes. Yeah, it's obviously some character stuff for Lucy because she tries to convince herself that she can break away from her heritage by convincing the other dude. Yeah, Lindenberg, that dude, Pilot Man. And she thinks she succeeds until she comes back and finds out no, he did the exact same stuff anyway. And that's basically it. It was some fun stuff, you know. Rufus had a crush on Josephine Baker.
Yeah.
And there was that little running joke where don't tell Jaya about this. And she's like,
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. So fun stuff, some good character stuff, but most of the interesting stuff was definitely in the present day segments.
Yeah. What I do think is interesting, though, obviously we're getting to the end of the season now, and we had an episode last week which was just Rufus and Wyatt.
And this week it was just,
Lucy and Rufus. So now it's you. The next one, in theory, should be Lucy and Wyatt. And then we can have the final one where they're all reunited again.
Possibly. I
don't think it's going to play out that way, though.
I'm kind of getting the impression the last two... I mean, they're airing separately, but I feel like it's going to be a two-part finale.
It feels like it's gearing up for that, doesn't it?
Because the ending of this one, it very much felt like, you know what, we're going to fight. Let's go into the finale. That's what it felt like.
This really felt like, oh, this is the end now. Like, to the point where I questioned how many was left. I thought there was just the one left, maybe.
Yeah. Basically, Bobby from Supernatural shows up, but he's from the NSA in this, and he takes over from Agent Christopher, kicks her out of the lab, and Wyatt, who's in detention, he's been held prisoner at a black site. It's like, this sounds like a coup. This is like, you know, subtle tactics.
Pretty obvious, really, wasn't it?
It is to an extent. I mean, you don't bring that much muscle if it's just a change of personnel.
Yeah.
And they realise that this is a Rittenhouse just coming in and taking over. So she makes sure he's got means to escape, and he escapes, and that's how he shows up at the end with the other guys. And yeah, it's actually a really weird one to talk about because I feel like
it's so just we're almost at the end now. That's what the whole thing is, isn't it?
It's just kind of putting everything in place. Lucy's dad's just kind of blatantly there. He tells Mason that it's his daughter. Obviously, there's the stuff at the start where he's like, "Oh, this is in your blood. You're never going to be able to fight this," and that comes back again at the end where our mother gives her the journal that we've been seeing all season.
Question about the journal.
Mm-hmm.
Does she write what's in the journal because she knows what has to be in the journal?
Oh God, you're asking me this, right?
Or does she or has she still got to experience things and then write her version of it? Or is she seen the journal, she knows what's in it, so she just has to write it because that's what must happen?
Well, a lot of it's written in retrospect because a lot of things that have been written are about people that Flynn's already went to try and go kill or intervene with.
Yeah, but now does she write it just because she knows that it exists and that? Like, is that why she now writes it? Or does she try and go again? Oh, I'm not going to write in this, and like I'm going to mess things up. That could be an interesting direction to take.
The Matrix tried to cut you off there for a split second. That was amusing. But I don't know. I feel like they might swerve it. And I know she said it was her handwriting.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if they twist it and it's like her sister's handwriting or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, not that siblings necessarily have similar handwriting because they're siblings. I'm grasping at straws.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. I guess
the thing is, I can't think of a reason why she would write all that stuff, knowing that it gives Flynn the information that it does.
Well, I think that's kind of the interesting part, isn't it? Well, because obviously this is kind of weird because she's now been pulled in two directions. She's been pulled in Flynn's direction, where he's like, "No, this is destiny. You're going to help me. You're going to do this because Rittenhouse is bad." And you've got her father saying, "Oh, you will always become a Rittenhouse. You'll become one of us, and you will become like me because it's in your blood." And no one ever truly rejects it.
And the obvious storytelling direction is that she rejects both of them and does her own thing.
Yeah.
but I just can't figure out how that plays into the diary.
Do you know what? If I'm going to guess, I'm going to guess that she. And again, I'm not going very much here, but I think it'll be something like she'll realise she has to write the diary because she'll have to pretend to go along with Rittenhouse. So she'll write it and make sure it gets to him.
Right.
But I don't think it'll be super soon. I don't think she's going to. I mean, it could be all in the finale. I don't know. She'll sit down one night and just write the whole thing. But I can see it being something like that, where she realises the only way to fix something is to make sure that diary's written so that Flynn has all this information.
Mm.
And not necessarily because she believes that he needs to kill all the people or whatever, but more so that the events need to play out exactly like they did. And
So that she still gets to this point.
yeah, so for them to play out exactly, because she knows that her and the guys are going to go and stop him in most
Yeah,
cases.
because if she doesn't write the diary, she doesn't end up and get to Flynn. None of the adventures happen the way that we've just seen them happen, right?
Exactly, it's all
So
about.
maybe she knows that she's got to, just so that it maintains history, to preserve it up to the point where she is now.
Yeah, maintaining the loop.
Yeah,
Maintaining the loop. I feel like there'll be an extra little spin on it though that we can't foresee.
yeah.
Like there'll be an extra little reason why she has to do it, or it'll have an extra little effect that we don't quite see yet because we just can't.
That's possible.
But she'll realise something, and it'll be like, I need to write this. I feel like that's where
Yeah, it makes sense.
it's going. As for the episode was fine. It had some good moments. I did like the whole call to arms at the end, and them pointing out that Wyatt sounds a bit like a crazy man. But it was a good little speech. Music was going up behind him and
Nice.
giving him that nice moment.
Some minor music production issues that I'm noticing, but that's just because I'm a freak like that.
Tech issues or
No, just it's to do with the samples they're using. Actually, it's just underproduced in some parts, essentially.
okay. But Christopher and them have basically went rogue, and they're going to try and do something next episode, and that's what the episode ends on. Which is why it's a little bit tough. We should mention actually, Flynn goes to see that other Rittenhouse guy in the past, and we never see a resolution to it. He just goes, and we see him go in the house. He pulls out his
Yeah.
gun. He's like, "Yeah, I've got a lot to talk to you about," and then we just never see him again. There's never a conclusion to that scene.
No, and it doesn't really imply either, like, because you go, well, maybe he just kills him, but we don't see any effect of that.
They also never actually kind of beat them. They just like run off and escape. So I guess they're still in the past. Maybe they might. I'm not saying they will be in the past next episode. They might be.
But
We
they
might
just
see-
carried on what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that could have an interesting consequence as well.
I am looking forward to the ending though now. Like,
That's something. I thought it was a solid episode that set all the pieces in place. There were some good moments. Just the core actual time travel plot was just kind of insignificant.
yeah, it was, and it's not that it was bad. It's just like, it doesn't really matter. It's just because time travel's the crux of the show, and gotta have time travel.
It will actually feel refreshing when they have an episode where none of them go back in time.
Yeah, I agree. But I think we mentioned it last week. It's refreshing to have stuff in the present away from them.
Oh, that is, yeah, absolutely. In fact, if I was to make a guess as to how the events will play out over the next couple of episodes, I think the next episode, it might have a time travel thing, it might not, but either way, at the end of the episode, they're going to realise a way of trying to stop Rittenhouse, and it will involve time travel, and it will end in the cliffhanger of them going back in time to whenever it is they need to go to try and stop Rittenhouse.
I hope
may
it's
not.
not. I hope
That's
not.
my
'Cause
guess.
it's that ending always feels cheap to me, where it's like, oh, we built all season to this. Now you can just come back next season.
No, you misunderstand me. No. The end of next episode, so that with the finale is
right,
the time
okay,
travel
sorry.
part.
Right, I got it.
That's the cliffhanger before the finale.
Right, so there's almost no time travel in the next one.
Yeah, I mean, they could put like another one in like they did this one beforehand, but I could see them not having any time travel, and at the end, the way we can stop them is by using the ship. So I can see maybe half the episode being like sneaking in to get to the ship because they're not allowed access to it now,
And there's an army there now.
and there's an army. So that could be quite a fun thing to try and get them inside.
Okay, I get you.
I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know. I don't have a lot to analyze in this episode specifically.
No, that's because this episode is so focused on going, right, here's everything that's happened. Let's tie that all up and put it all in one line so that we can pick it all up in this ending now.
Yeah, we don't know what Flynn's going to be doing the next couple, but I'm sure he'll be up to something. Um,
I'm sure he will.
I do like that Rufus, despite the fact that they all agreed we need to take down Rittenhouse, and but I loved his reaction, by the way, to that being Lucy's dad. That was good stuff.
Yeah.
I love that he still don't look. Yeah, they're bad, but Flynn just killed my friend. He's still evil. He's still going to kill people, and that's against what we do. So it's almost like if to compare it to Batman in a weird way. Flynn's Red Hood, and they're the Bat family.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose.
And they can't let him get away with it.
Yeah.
It's a loose comparison, but I think you can see what I'm getting at.
I can, yeah. No, it was a solid episode. It was good, but it was so much of it was just serving what's coming up that it's hard to take it as its own thing.
Yeah. I like the way it's also asking the questions. He's saying, you know, when he's in the detention center and he's talking about, like, I have one of two things here. Either Flynn lied to me and that wasn't the killer, or fate demands that she's dead. And either way, he feels pretty shitty. Like that, neither one. Especially the latter. The latter's especially bad. The first one,
that's a real kick in the balls, that, isn't it?
Yeah, the first one. I mean, he already killed an innocent man. The guy was innocent, but it was for nothing in the first case. Beyond two girls, he did save two girls' lives at least. I mean, that's worth something.
Yeah, but it's not the same thing, is it? It's not the personal stake.
The latter, I think, is even worse. At least to him personally. Like,
oh, definitely.
Like fate just wants her dead, no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned that despite the fact that he appears all, you know, this go team, this stop Rittenhouse, that there's a little ulterior motive, a little bit of crazy sneaking in there in the background.
Oh, there's definitely a little bit crazy in there.
Possibly. That's a little bit crazy.
Like, I mean, they even call him out on it. It's like, you're kind of sounding crazy. And sure, while they're just referencing his plot, I think that's just it seeping through.
Possibly. Not that I think he's going to do anything bad. It's just more that
he's a little unhinged.
A little unhinged. He might go a bit further in doing something than he maybe would have before, and he'll come off a bit extreme or something like that.
He'll like overcommit to the cause as a way of dealing with the fact that he hasn't got his wife back.
Yeah, it'll give him something to completely obsess over and focus on.
Yeah.
So you'll be obsessed with stopping Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
There you go. That's Timeless. That's it's not the penultimate episode. Next week is, but it kind of feels like we're setting up for a 2-part finale. It
really does.
I got that feeling at the end of this one. So let us know what you thought of this one in the comments below. Like and subscribe and all that stuff. Get us on Twitter at mild_fuzz. Individual Twitters are on the screen. But we'll see you next week for the penultimate episode. Hope you're enjoying Timeless as much as we are. We'll see you next time.